Are on the same page that the inflation rate is increasingly biting hard, making it difficult for most Nigerians to cope. They also agree that though solutions abound in country, state government must holistically play their roles.
For local initiative, I will hang it on three things. One is our monetary policies, fiscal policies, as well as trade policies. Then the last one is, what are the state governors doing about inflation? Most of us are concentrated on federal government, particularly because federal government controls central bank, which use monetary policies to tighten money in circulation as a process of ensuring that they also fight inflation.
There are two things that we bring that would rattle your mind. One is the rural inflation at 31%, and then the urban inflation at again 31%. So that tells you two things. One, there is no activity, in the village or in the rural areas where you have all our lands.
The girls suggested development of new economic corridors, top-bottom approach to ensure policies are not hijacked for political favoritism, but the good of all.
Production will take place, did not take place because of issues of security. Some of these have impact and effect. But I think largely, first it was global, then locally we implemented so many policies, and some of these policies now came to manifest in this, what we are seeing today. Government need to invest heavily, to stock our reserves so that they will now use that anytime there is need.
Monetary policy, why are we hacking MPR to attract investment when we know the economic environment is secured? We halt it because we are increasing cost of borrowing, and you are making people to be out of job. So there is need for the central bank to not just look at the monetary policy to controlling inflation, but they should understand that the principal prime duty of the bank is to make an economic stable environment where prices are stable.
Discussing what can be conquered, they noted, is not enough, stressing that taking visible, viable actions across sectors to change the narrative is sacrosanct. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
In other news, the organized labor says it is expecting President Bola Tinubu to still consult with different parties that made up the tripartite committee on national minimum wage before presenting a final figure to the National Assembly. President, Nigerian Labour Congress, Joseph Ajaero, revealed this when a delegation from the Kogi state government visited the Labour House to clarify some labour issues in the state.
To do it, I think that's the problem there, so that people can look at it. Unless he wants to reconvene, the tripartite committee, which is not going to be feasible, which I can't see, being feasible. Now, beyond that, there is not only just that figure. There are some issues that were discussed there, and since we have not received a copy of what is being transmitted to the president, that may be contentious if we don't have a synergy. The issue of the frequency of review is an issue. The issue of checking, market prices, the issue of checking inflation and all those issues, some of the issues that were negotiated there. So you can't take just whatever you like to that place.